Today we're at the Savannah River Nature Preserve, right on the river between Savannah and South Carolina. I couldn't think of a better place to be to do this episode than right here. Because today we're going to talk about a man who went all around the world and brought nature and wildlife every Sunday evening to everybody's living room by beaming it in through their television sets. Now, I'm not talking about Steve Irwin or Jeff Corwin. You've got to go way back in history before these guys. I'm talking about Marlin Perkins, Mutual of Omaha's host for Wild Kingdom. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's right over here. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll know when we do an upload. We do one each and every Sunday. Today, there are many shows on TV and the internet that depict wildlife in their natural habitat, even whole networks that devote most, if not all, of their broadcast time to this end, such as Nova, National Geographic Explorer, and the Animal Planet. People like Steve Irwin and Jeff Corwin, Austin Stevens, and Jim Fowler have made their names known in households everywhere by using the tried and true format developed by the crew of Wild Kingdom. Jim Fowler was one of the first to become famous simply due to the fact that he was Marlin Perkins' right-hand man for a long time. The ability to show the science behind the preservation efforts in a way that everybody could understand was Marlin's forte. As a matter of fact, the reason that he was able to do so may be tied to his higher education, or should I say, the lack thereof. Born in 1905, Marlin's mother died from pneumonia when he was just 7. After his mother died, his father sent Marlin to live with his aunt in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Once he graduated Wentworth Military Academy, he went to the University of Missouri for just a short time. He quit school and became a laborer at the St. Louis Zoological Park, thus ending his proper education. So as he learned the science behind his calling, Marlin was able to translate it as he learned it, which suited the palate of his audience. It suited his audience so that Wild Kingdom ran from 1963 to 1985. That's 22 years of coming into America's homes every Sunday night. Marlin literally rose through the ranks of the zoo industry. From laborer at the St. Louis Zoo, he became the reptile curator. Later, he went on to take the same position at the Buffalo Zoo, where he was eventually promoted to the director in 1938. Moving again in 1944 to Chicago, he became director of the Lincoln Park Zoo until 1962, when he returned to the zoo that gave him his first job and became the director of the St. Louis Zoo. When Marlin became the director of the St. Louis Zoo, he started a TV show called Zoo Parade, and it aired on local NBC station. And it was due to the show's popularity and his notoriety in the local area that Mutual of Omaha in 1963 offered him a job as the host for Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. That show aired until 1985, when Marlin retired as the host of the show due to health problems. In 1986, Marlin passed away of cancer. Over the years, Marlin and Jim both would appear on shows like Johnny Carson regularly. And in classic Johnny Carson style, he would always crack jokes about Marlin always sending Jim in harm's way. But the truth be known, Marlin, even at his age, wasn't afraid to get into the mix either by himself or with Jim, as shown in these clips. Here's a couple of things that you might not know about Marlin Perkins and the show Wild Kingdom. Many people who watched the show recalled Marlin being bitten by a venomous snake, but it actually never happened on air. Instead, while hosting his previous program Zoo Parade, a venomous snake did bite Perkins on the hand while crews were preparing to film. He was rushed to the hospital and required 3 weeks to recuperate. And despite being bitten off camera and on a totally different show, people would approach him all the time and swear they remembered watching it on Wild Kingdom. In 1960, Perkins joined the legendary explorer Sir Edmund Hillary on his expedition to find the elusive Yeti in the Himalayan mountains. While on the trip, Perkins deducted that the large footprints in the snow were actually footprints for smaller animals, specifically a fox, that melted together from the sun, making the larger footprint, thus debunking the Himalayan mountains Yeti. Anyone who watched Wild Kingdom knew the real star of the show was Jim Fowler, who did most of the grunt work while Perkins narrated what was happening, and usually from the back of a Jeep or a truck or something like that. The format became a running joke in the media, with people like Johnny Carson making fun of the duo in his opening monologues. The legendary talk show host was a big supporter of the wildlife program, and Perkins and Fowler consistently appeared on his program to chat and showcase some exotic animals. If you get a chance, look it up on YouTube, Carson and Wild Kingdom or Carson and Fowler, and watch. It is hilarious. The whole title of the show was called Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Well, the show was actually called Wild Kingdom, but it was sponsored by Mutual of Omaha. In the 1960s, the CEO of Mutual of Omaha, V.J. Scott, agreed to sponsor the program because he felt a TV show that featured animals in their natural habitats would inspire viewers to become more interested in the wildlife preservation movement. When the show became an unexpected hit, Mutual of Omaha's income grew substantially. Speaking of the show becoming a hit, during its original run on network television, Wild Kingdom earned 4 Emmy Awards and was nominated for 2 more. And when the program entered syndication, it was nominated for 3 more awards. The show wasn't without its own controversy, though. In 1982, the Canadian program The Fifth Estate aired a piece about the mistreatment of animals in the entertainment industry. When a reporter approached Perkins for an impromptu interview, the two ended up getting in a physical altercation when the reporter wouldn't leave the host alone. The popularity of watching animals in their natural habitats hasn't been lost among new generations of children. In 2002, Animal Planet resurrected the series and remained true to the formula of the original show. Marlin Perkins and the show's environmentally sophisticated point of view established a tone and style for wildlife programming that endures today. Wild Kingdom's pioneering format continues to be copied by today's TV, wildlife shows, and networks.
If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's right over here. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll know when we do an upload. We do one each and every Sunday.